Hey folks, how's it going? I hope you guys are all doing really good. Well, I got this one up and running again. This is a 1986 Charvel Model 4. I did a video on this one maybe a week or so ago. We tore the back out of it, you know, the control plate, and the potentiometer was like kaput. So there's a little circuit board that it actually hooks to, and you have to buy a circuit board potentiometer, the one that has the 3 pins on it, not the 3 eyelets, okay? You can check it out in my video if you'd like. It's pretty much there. All the information's there, I should say. All I actually did today was put the new pot back in and solder everything back in. Just 3 connections. And just put the guitar back together. So it's nice to have it up and running again. It's got a nice sound to it. Plays really nice. The tremolo works really silky. This is a Kahler Flyer, by the way. They didn't get a lot of good street cred, but it's really silky. I kind of like it. So these are actives, or I don't know if these are actives or it's just a boost circuit that actually requires the 9-volt battery that's inside. I haven't messed with this guitar in a very long time, other than just working on it today, and I need to research it a little more. I think it is like a tone boost or something like that, and I'm not sure that these are active. I don't believe they are, honestly. I think it's just for the circuit alone. I could be wrong. Give me a break if I am, okay? So this has got just 3 on and off toggles, basically. So there's nothing. This would be the neck pickup. It's got a nice tone, really. Okay, let's go to the middle. Okay, and the bridge. So let's mess with that little blender here. I'll roll it all the way back, clockwise, counterclockwise. I think it's a mid-bass boost, really, or it's a treble cut, or a bass cut, I should say, when you roll it counterclockwise. It gets really thin. When you dime it, kind of fills up. Really nice. What the issue was with this guitar was if you had the volume all the way on 10 and you plugged it in, it would work and play. If you tried to turn the volume knob down even the slightest bit, it would just start squealing and making some really awful noise, like to the point where you just want to pull the cord out of it and get out of the room. It was really bad. So if yours is doing that, it's more than likely the potentiometer. So be careful taking it out. It is hooked to a circuit board. And I recommend watching that video. I didn't even use a solder removal tool. I actually used a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, and I wet it down. And I just got the solder melting, and then just give it a flick with that brush, and it wipes right away and gets it out of the way. So just, you want to have that completely cleaned of solder when you pull the old one out. If you don't, you can actually rip traces out of the circuit board when you pull it out, and that's not going to be a good day for you. And the same way putting it in, you shouldn't have to force the new one in. It should just go right back in the holes nice, and then just resolder it. If you have to force it in, you're risking, breaking the traces in the circuit board. I speak from experience, folks. I've done this stuff before. And then when you break a trace in the solder board, you got to scrape it back on each side, and then jump it with a wire and solder that in. It's a train wreck usually. So anyway, this is kind of a really neat sounding guitar. It's really different. And the trem is really nice, I must say. It's a weird location. The tremolo arm goes in between the E and the B string on the bridge. It's really wild. Or on the tailpiece, I should say. And it's got roller saddles in it. And it does have a locking nut. I don't have the lockers for it. I'm going to have to try to hunt some down and get some for it. So you could lock the nut down. But even like this, if you're not going to dive bomb, it stays in tune quite nice. It's got a really thin profile neck too. It's kind of almost flat in the back. That was kind of the thing with Super Strats for a while. Really thin, really fast, easy to play, and really good fretwork on this too. I mean, these were inexpensive guitars, but these were not junk by any means, and a lot of people love these. It's got a lot of Jackson appointments. Whoop, the pickups say Jackson, and even the tuners do too. So I guess this was still when Grover and Wayne Charvel, maybe they were both kind of still involved in it then. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But this guitar's been out of service for a long time. I was really leery about messing around with that circuit board, and a long time ago I really wasn't doing this kind of stuff as far as repairing and that kind of thing. Just tinkering mostly, and usually my guitars weren't broke down, and if one of them did, I'd just grab a different one. So it didn't really put me out of business, so to speak. So this one has been idling for a while, and it's nice just to get it going again. I don't like having them, it bothers me when they're not functioning right, or not functioning at all. I'd like to make sure they all work and they're all up to snuff, And usually if you come into my place and grab a guitar off the wall, it's more than likely set up well and ready to go. I mean, there are occasions where things aren't quite up to snuff, or maybe you need to truss the neck a little bit. That stuff's just normal, wear and tear. But when they don't work at all, it kind of bothers me. So pretty cool guitar. Really fun to play, like I said. I mean, I haven't really done any setup on it. It's pretty much just the way it was. Nothing's changed. Everything has remained perfectly straight over the years. And I must say, it is a really well-built instrument. These necks on these sometimes, the Super Strat necks, they were so thin, some of them, they would really bend easy. So you had to kind of be careful of it. They would break easy too. But this one has stayed really nice and true and straight. That says a lot about a guitar of this age, It's still as good as the day it was made. And I'm digging the trem. That's probably one of the smoothest trems I've ever really played, I think. It's similar to a Bigsby, but it's even just a more delicate kind of touch with this one. But you gotta watch it, when you bang on these things, because you can kind of warble them, but this one isn't so bad. It does have the fine tuners on it, which I really enjoy. Even not when you're using the locking system, it's nice to have those fine tuners. You can dial your guitar in so much better. I forgot, how cool that was about the Super Strats and the locking systems. Even if you don't have the nut locked, the fine tuners are still really handy, I think. So. Well, anyway, that's enough noodling for tonight. I'm going to put this one to bed, and I'm probably going to do the same shortly. I just wanted to share this one with you. I didn't really shoot any videos on the reassembly of it. If you want to check out the video of when I took it apart, that's pretty much all you're going to need for info. and you know, make sure you get the right pot too. They're 50K pot, so you know, if you're gonna order one in advance, you know, that's the size anyway. Again, it wasn't a real difficult job. It was just tedious. There's a lot of stuff packed into that cavity in the back, so be really careful when you unhook this volume pot. Remember, there's a circuit board hooked. That pot is hooked to a circuit board, I should say. So when you unhook the knob and all that stuff, take the nut off, and then slowly remove that with the circuit board, and you have to flip it over too, and you have to kind of push some wires out of the way to do it. But just be really careful and take your time, and it shouldn't be a big deal. Other than that, that's the only issue that I've seen with this guitar, is just that one potentiometer. And you know, stuff gets jangled around, and that circuit board can kind of work back and forth because there's nothing supporting the little circuit board except the pins from your potentiometer. So I'm thinking over time it probably broke loose, and eventually it was really sticky too. So we changed it, and we're back in action. Okay guys, well thanks for checking this one out, and like I said, I hope the info helps you guys out. If you have one of these, if you're having issues with the volume pot or any kind of high-pitched squealing when you even move the pot, that's the fix anyway. And I did replace one toggle on this one too. It wasn't broke, it just wasn't in the guitar when I got it. It was missing. Somebody had removed it, so I replaced that. And again, it's just a toggle switch for each pickup, and that's pretty much it. You got a volume, you got your tone, and then you got this kind of mid bass boost blend, I think is what it is. I'll have to look it up, but all in all, it's nice to have it going. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be good. Okie doke.